How's it going, everybody? C-RadTV back with another video. So, of course, it's time for Lions versus Raiders Week 9 preview. So, after this game, the Lions season will be officially halfway done. We are officially at the halfway mark of the 2019 NFL season this week. Anyway, Lions got a game this week against the Oakland Raiders down in Oakland. Of course, this is the final time the Lions will be playing in Oakland at the Coliseum, with the Raiders moving to Las Vegas next year. So yeah, final game in Oakland. Let's hope the Lions can leave Oakland with a W. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at the game real quick. So of course, entering this game, the line has the Raiders favored to win this game by only 2 points. That's a shock. The head-to-head series, all time, the series is tied at 6 wins apiece, with the Lions having 6 and the Raiders having 6. However, the Lions have won the last 4 meetings against the Raiders. Last time the Lions and Raiders played was in 2015 in Detroit. Lions won that game 18-13. Of course, last time Lions played the Raiders in Oakland was 2011. Lions won that game 28-27, so some close scoring games. Of course, if you're wondering when was the last time the Raiders beat the Lions, you gotta go all the way back to 1996. And that game was in Oakland. The Raiders won that game 37-21. So really, the Lions have had the Raiders' number for the last little bit. This season, the Lions are 1-1-1 on the road. The Raiders are 2-1 at home. The key players for the Raiders on offense, they have Derek Carr, Josh Jacobs, of course, at running back, and then Keith Smith, the fullback, and they got receiving targets in Tyrell Williams and Luke Wilson. And don't forget, at one point, the Raiders did have Antonio Brown. Only for Antonio to not even show, only for Antonio to be cut night before the season started. Because the Raiders thought acquiring Antonio Brown, a goddamn diva, was a good idea. And I even knew this was a bad decision. And of course it royally backfired. Man, and remember how Lions fans wanted Antonio Brown at one point? And I was like, no, you do not want the diva. Because what have I said before? The D does not stand for drama. It stands for Detroit. God damn it. Are we going to keep having this conversation over and over again, folks? Fuck. In the end, how is it weird that I was right about this? Maybe y'all need to pay attention to Uncle C-Rad a little bit more, because there are times where I actually do know what I'm talking about. Anyway, looking at the key players on the Raiders defense, you got names like Justin Ellis. You also got one of the few Raiders first-round picks. Oh, by the way, to Josh Jacobs, he was the first-round pick that the Raiders acquired from the Bears in the Khalil Mack trade. Yeah, Clelin Ferrell, who the Raiders got 4th overall. He's a very talented defensive lineman, yes, because he was part of that stacked Clemson defensive line. But I do feel like that was a bit of a reach to take him at 4th. I know the Raiders were trying to shock everybody. Pull a surprise pick at the draft, It was why they sent the scouting staff home early. But I feel like that pick is why you don't send your scouting staff home early in case there was a mistake. But Cleveland's having a really solid season. So I don't know. I would have preferred that the Raiders traded down or they took him in the late 20s with one of the other 2 first-rounders they had. They also have Maurice Hurst. They also got Arden Key. They did have Vontaze Burfict until Vontaze got suspended because, once again, Vontaze tried to kill somebody. Honestly, I'd say ban his ass from the league for life, because this is the 3rd time he tried to kill somebody with a headshot. Like, honestly, Vontaze, he's the #1 leading cause for concussions in the NFL, and he's the #1 cause for CTE in the NFL. But the other linebackers the Raiders have, they got names like Brandon Marshall and Tahir Whitehead, the former Lion. They also had their other first-round pick they got from the Cowboys from the Amari Cooper trade, Jonathan Abram, but he is out for the year with a shoulder injury. They also got Guardian Conley. They got LaMarcus Joyner and Daryl Worley. And they also got former Lion Nevin Lawson. Man, remember that bum Nevin Lawson? Yeah, he hasn't done much in Oakland this year. Honestly, I say this. If Nevin Lawson's on the field, I say target his ass. Target his ass immediately. In terms of the Raiders staff, they got head coach John Gruden, who is the most paid personnel on their team. That awkward moment when your head coach is the most paid person on the team. Like he's making more than most of the Raiders players, except Derek Carr. Because of that Derek Carr contract. Their offensive coordinator is Greg Olson, and their defensive coordinator is Paul Guenther. And their GM is former NFL network analyst Mike Mayock, a.k.a. the Mock Draft King, the master of the mock drafts. I mean, so far, the Raiders are having a really good season. They've been a really good sleeper team at 3-4. In terms of their offense, Raiders' offense is ranked 14th in the league, 15th passing the ball, 7th running the ball. So that's a really good run unit they have there, especially with Josh Jacobs. He's a really talented running back. The Raiders' defense, not as good. They're 25th overall, 30th defending the pass, but they're 9th against the run. So this team is good at stuffing the run, and that's not good news for a struggling Lions run game. So I think one of the big keys to the game is that I think this game, to win it, I think it's going to come down to Stafford throwing the ball. I say try run. The Lions, I think, well, Bell's going to obviously try running the ball. You know, run first with or without fail. But I think in the end, it's going to come down to Stafford's big arm and targeting that secondary. Like I said, target Nevin Lawson if he's on the field. Target his bum ass. So yeah, honestly, in the end, I could see this being a shootout between Carr and Stafford if it comes down to it. I mean, the Lions' defense looked a lot better than in previous weeks. Especially the front seven actually holding the team to under 100 rushing yards. Can they do it again? We'll have to see. So, an overall for a score prediction, well, this game, obviously a must-win game. Balanced offense, a key, of course. Defensively, stuff to run. Keep generating a pass rush. Generate some turnovers. Like, we need to get some more turnovers and stop taking so many goddamn penalties. In the end, I think the Lions, I think they can come out of here with a win if they do everything right. And they need to win this game because I got challenged to a bet for this game 7 months in advance. Got challenged to a bet by a coworker of mine at work. So yeah, the bet is this. The loser of this bet has to wear the winning team's hat. So if the Raiders win, I gotta show up to work in a Raiders hat. But if the Lions win, my coworker has to show up to work in a Lions hat. And I've heard it's player's choice if the loser has to wear the winning team's jersey. But you can bet your ass I'm making my friend wear a Lions jersey. But he sure as hell isn't getting my nice Barry Sanders jersey. That jersey is off limits. He ain't getting that one dirty at work. I'll tell you right now, the only black and silver I'll be wearing to work Monday is that Detroit versus the Refs shirt. That's the only black and silver I'll be wearing to work. But yeah, if you want a score prediction, I say Lions get this game, let's say 27-24. I think this is going to be a very close game. But yeah, I think the Lions come out top. Like I said, though, Raiders, this is a team you can't underestimate and can't sleep on. Like, this team is I think this team is a lot better than what the record says. So yeah, just be careful this Sunday on the road. Up in California. So yeah, I think I wrapped this one up here. But yeah, that's all I gotta say, folks. Hope everyone's a great day, and yeah, peace out.